Who's this? Level 7 entertainer, Barbara King. Alright, 500 guests, so we've got half the guest number. The experience rating is slowly coming up. The profit needs a significant boost. Kind of hoping we'll get that from the coastal research, but what we'll do is we'll start sinking more money in now. Try and get that done a bit quicker. Although we've got a good coaster, we kind of need something with really, really good scenery that's going to drag people in. And maybe put it here if we can. We might have to nick that land. It's got a chunk of land we can steal back. And people will go through there to it. Depends on the orientation and stuff. But I mean, we've got half the number in just this space. So I think we can get 1,000 if we start going out here. And maybe here with smaller rides. You got Parkitect without any of the deal says no, says don't have any gates, as in the doors used to separate employee paths from guests. Do you know which of the DLC has them? No, I think gates should come automatically, surely. If you click on the deco and go down to fences and gates, surely you've got gates in there. It seems like an obvious thing for the game to have. I mean, I could be wrong, but double check, I'd say. Carousel, wipeout, graviton. You don't have any gates whatsoever. Well, in that case, you'd have to use signs, but you can't block the decoration. Got an orbiter, got a graviton. Don't have a wipeout, do we? Don't believe. Move that sign. That's probably a long enough queue anyway. Some bends and stuff. Alright, check the zonage. I thought so. Right, that's zone entrance. Gonna need another guy in there now. Okay. That path is close to the track. Which one? Oh, you mean this track? Yeah, it's fine. You sit there, you just have this thing rush past. This thing needs a cover, doesn't it? Although people seem to go on it anyway. They don't go on this one, though. Needs a roof, that one. As does this. What kind of roofs do we have? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it or not. I think your chair swing wide is not zoned. What, this one? I think you're right. Good spot. Luckily, I just added more staff here as well. It's quite a big area for 2 janitors, though, especially if one takes a break. Keep this park clean. Evening time. How you doing? And we do have the depot here, so if we do start pushing this way, we can put more shops there quite easily. Equally, I've got a couple of shops here now. Actually, where's the toilets? Did I not put toilets down? Seriously? Yikes. That was an oversight. Okay, I think we can reclaim the land here and put some. I don't want to do this. Stupid barrier. I wish you could expand this. Yeah, there's one toilet under the coaster, but that's, for 530 people, that's not an ideal situation. I think what we'll have to do is put something here for this side. And then we'll put some stuff around it. That will help those guys out. How does it compare to Roller Coaster Tycoon? It's not massively dissimilar. I can't remember if Roller Coaster Tycoon had mod support. This does, so that's one thing. And it runs pretty well, performance-wise. It doesn't allow first person, but there is a mod that does. So you can then install it and press the R key, but as you can see, you know, it works, but it's not built into the game, so you clip into scenery and the audio doesn't always work and stuff. Can't remember if Roller Coaster Tycoon let you do that either. But it's a good game. It's a really good game. A lot of fun. I'm thinking. Nick a bit of this land. Let's see. Fencing. Great, there's been a crash at a nearby theme park that doesn't take security as seriously as we do. Okay, game. That's interesting, the way it's put up like a fence panel right there. Yep, Toilet Island. I should say the possible sitting coasters. Yeah, that's not built in. Yay, they're buying the hats. Cool beans. 2,000 profit. And the coaster is hydraulically launched coaster. See if that will bring in the punters. Thinking we're going to put it on this bit of land so they come to this and then this. Depends, because we can't orient things anything but that way or that way, so we can't orient it that way. Yeah, you've got to have ventilation in a toilet, obviously. I swear the janitors in this area. I heard that. No, there's not as many novelty hats as there. Like in the last mission, the last campaign, loads of people had hats. In this one, not as many. %72% experience. It's not bad. It's not enough. Okay, hydraulically launched coaster. Let's have a look. What kind of crazy madness we can do. Oh, I remember the orbital assault. Look at that. Very high excitement, high intensity. Heat rising. It's got to be that, isn't it? Holy moly! Okay. It's a beast. Now what stops it from going here, I wonder? Is it just the land? It's probably the cache that's blocking it, to be fair. I think we can squeak that in. How can you learn a British accent? You want to sound like a 19th century gentleman? Elocution lessons, I guess. Last time I built over here, ended up losing all the water on the map. Right, let's see. Can we build? Even fit that? Maybe. We're gonna need a loan to do it. 2.9%. Yikes. I think we only need like 8 grand. Or even 7. 7 grand. Well, it's cool. Thank you for 62 months. First time seeing this game. Is it good? I've played it quite a bit over the last few weeks. But yeah, I enjoy it. It works in multiplayer as well, which is one thing it has over Roller Coaster Tycoon. You can play with friends, like literally. If you go back last weekend or the weekend before on SquirrelPlus, you can see me playing it with Tommy multiplayer. Why won't you build a Can we make that work? I think we can, you know. Pause it while we hook this in. Now I think so. There's a path. Right, so they've put a toilet here, which effectively blocks access through there. But if I remove that toilet, we should be able to extend that outwards. Blimey. That's going to have to go. Okay, that gives us 2 footpaths through here, and there's toilets over there anyway, so they don't need it. You're playing one map with your friend and shared money? Yeah. Yeah, basically you can start a campaign or a scenario or whatever, and your friend can jump in and literally just play together. It's really fun. It works most of the time. Occasionally you'll see little desync things, but you have to reload, but it works pretty darn well. Let's get rid of that. I believe that's the queue. We don't want people wandering off this way yet. So we'll trash that. So this can just be another endpoint for now, I guess. Might keep this water, but just move it slightly. What the? That's better. Now if we grab a rock or something. Cool. Seems the wall where the toilet used to be. I'm not sure it'll work. Yes, there is a wall. But now there isn't. So that'll work. Two minds whether to do that. I think it will. Okay. Before we open this, though, let's try and get cameras on it and stuff. So, price point for this? Absolutely no idea. $10? And then we need to edit this and figure out. So it's going to go around like that. You kind of want a camera up here, don't you? So maybe like that would be a good one. As you're on top of the spiral. And then when you go careering down here. Some more snaps there, and then 3 trains, 6 cars per train. That's pretty decent. Probably don't need to edit that. Okay, I think we're good. Now we also need to try and pay this loan back ASAP. But hopefully this will bring people through. Okay. Opening coaster will help. It probably will. They're pretty happy. Lots of hungry people around the food stalls. I'm going to think about food stalls over here soon. Right, we're halfway on the guest number, but we're into year 1. Operating profit is not where it should be, but we are sinking money into more research, I guess. A stand-up coaster, apparently. Scale that up a little bit. I don't know, PMV, I don't know how it doesn't really give you insight into the camera side of it. If you put a camera on the ride, you can then charge on-ride photo prices, right? If you don't have a camera on the ride, you can't do this. Having said that, there's no measure of success between putting a camera on the ride, where you put it, and how many of these photographs you sell. We don't have that data, as they say. So, I like to put it in a cool place like at the top, or like here where you're slamming down the big ramp. Really high excitement. Does it take that into account when it takes a photograph? Don't know. One would hope it does, but there's no data for it. I'm just thinking there's an underground pathway here somewhere. Ridden this coaster yet. Whoa! Whoa, you get punted out of there. And then you gradually pick up speed on the helix, and then, oh my god, that is such a drop. Wowzers, that is so cool. Those half twists are brilliant. I like this, you get slowed down as you go into the observation bit. Oh my god. I would so ride this. This looks properly amazing. Oh, that's pretty good. Can't afford it? Well, let me help out. There you go. Now you can afford it. Yeah, it tends to use a lot of half turns to reorient itself. It's really nice. We don't have any revenue data for that yet. I'm disappointed with the hat sales. Are we just overpricing them, maybe? I didn't actually change the prices. I mean, we're selling like 100 a month, which is not bad. It's pretty steady. Souvenirs 400. Balloon sales, I've no idea actually. Two balloons. What the heck? Are they just too expensive? Why are they so bad? Completed the goal. Experience rate of an 80. The balloon cells are really poor. I genuinely don't understand why. Bus has dropped off 28 orbiter fans. Why is this person wearing a snowman hat? Soft drink is really worth the money. Well, thank you for that information. Hot dogs are really worth the money. Thank you for that information. God, the fries and hamburgers are really worth the money. Welcome to the 550 burger. The swings need rain covers. What swings? You know about this stuff? Oh, it's really. Have you ever tried building rain covers? It takes you like 2 months. Some decent revenue coming in on that. Get more people in the park as well. I still don't like this choke point. They used to have not a roller coaster type thing, but they had a steeplechase at Blackpool. There was like I think there's 4 tracks for 4 horses, so you can get on with different people, and all the cars, like the horses, they'll be racing each other all the way around. It's quite funny. They still got it. Oh my god. Gravity, that thing is so old. I bet they've still got the mouse as well, haven't they? I think after coasters we'll do... Can't do transport, can we? Operation shops. Let's do statistics maybe. Water rides is going to pull the numbers. Try throw ride again. I always felt like it was going to throw you off. Most of the stuff in Blackpool just doesn't feel safe to me. It's that long gone. Not that we need to finish the scenario without a loan, I don't think. It's more about the operating profit, but the more loan you have, the more that's going to go down. At the Grand National, which is dual racing coaster too. What was the main roller coaster called at Blackpool? I remember they had the Revolution for years. That was the big one with the loop. I think it's called the Revolution. And then they had another big one. It's called like the Big One or something. Is it literally called the Big One? Which is a bit of a stupid name because it's not really that big. What coast is this going to give us this time? Yeah, when it opened. You think they took sponsorship from Ironbrew and renamed the Revolution? What to? Stand-up coasters now available. Oh, I remember Arabian Nights. Is that his own hand? I don't think it is. I think somebody's just scratching him and scratching the back of his head then. Is that your arm? It's hard to tell. No wonder them two are looking a bit shocked. Look, Mike. Oh my god. No, it would be better calling it made from girders if it was actually made from wood. That would be brilliant. A bit of irony. I'm really disappointed in this. This is terrible. What's going on? Why is nobody buying balloons? Maybe they just don't want balloons in this area. Maybe we should put some shops over here and have some balloons. Come on, get on with the decorations. That's not got anywhere near enough people on it for the coolness of that ride. I can't afford it. Hang on. Let's give you a discount. There you go. Red Evil is stuck. Uh-oh. The restraints are stuck open. Why would the restraints just suddenly pop open there? That doesn't make any sense. How's the mechanic going to fix that, eh? Your part was showcased by a popular content creator. Oh, they got a cash machine on the way there. There's no excuses. Oh, I think there might be a zoning issue. Yep. Nobody wants to go in that one. Here he is. Here he is. You, sir. You're the man for the job. Don't you worry about those noxious gases. Oh, he's like, he's not having that. He's walking past going, nope. He took one look at the contents. I'll leave that one for Jeff, he said. I'll get the apprentice to do that one. He's inside laughing about it. There you go, he's sorted out. Give the worst jobs to the apprentice. That's the standard protocol. Give it to the new guy. The orbiter's broken now. What the hell? I don't want that one. The honeydew. Extreme excitement, medium intensity. Very high, medium. Dark forest. That sounds like something from Mordor. Dragons like extreme and medium. That's quite cool. That's only a very high, but that would look so nice next to that other coaster. Although I quite like the honeydew. The trouble is it needs fantasy and effects for it to work properly. £5 profit a month. How are we going to pull that off? I might have to take some loans and get some big rides in here. I think that's the only way out of this. Oh, sci-fi structures. That's interesting. That means that sci-fi structures, sci-fi props. I think we'll just research thrill rides. Kind of half wondering if you could build in this bit, but I think you'd have to have a footpath that went all the way up. But it's doable. You could put something, maybe like a drop tower. That'd be a fantastic place for a drop tower. And you could just put a footpath leading to it. It's so cool. Now we're chucking 1,000 into research, so that 2699 is theoretically 3699. So I think this scenario is looking doable. How big is this ride? It's quite chunky. Maybe we're going to have to nick this land out here. Just get some of that back. Right. 40 grand coaster. Well, it's not though, is it? It's a 1700. Well, if you turn off that, it's an 8.5 grand coaster. It's only if you want all the trimmings. It's certainly missing some bits. Why I want you? Is it just money? I think it's money. I'll take that one. I think that's the entrance on the right, isn't it? So we should be able to, if we squeeze it there, that will draw people around to there. We can put more shops here, and that will work quite nicely. Just take that land out. Let's have a look at this. One train. Not impressed. Can we get 2 trains? That's the question. So track starts off with a crazy... Look at that! A spiral climb. Into a drop. Into a helix. And then... Oh, that is annoying. What is that? Gameplays, what is that? Is that some weird terrain thing? Mr. Zinshaus, thank you very much for 104 months. Thank you, sir. That's insane. I think you and Wackaday have punched that button today. Mikey, thank you for 21 months. I don't get why that does that when it's filled in. And why does it want that? Seems weird. This is going to be a real pain to try and find somewhere to put brake blocks when it's just constantly spiraling. Kind of want a brake block here if possible. So that bit there, it comes out of camber and then it goes into a really long turn. If you can just get like one brake block there and then make a slightly sharper turn. They're both at level 4, so I think that's the best place to try. So if we go with a straight bit here, that's 6 sections. We go straight with a brake block. And then try coming back again. Like that. So with cheeky brake block, I'm hoping that'll do it. Yes, that gives us 2 cars. Nice. So we've still got to test it, but in theory, if we get the timings right, we can entertain 2 cars on that ride. Now the other thing we need is camera. I'm thinking maybe on the drop here would be a good one. And then maybe when you go around the spiral. Can you fit a brake block right in the S at the end? I think it's risking it trying to squeeze 3 cars on here because I think it goes round fairly quickly. I'm going to try 2 and see where that leads us. Oh, I love the fact they've done yellow and black wooden paneling on the way in. Look at that. What a neat idea. Pity I can't do it. I like that. Okay, so we don't want people wandering off down there. Plenty of opportunities here for building stuff. Right, now this is probably need a fencing off. I don't know what's in there actually. Oh, it's just a straight depot. We could probably get a decent ride there, but I think we're going to have to use some area. Get rid of them. And then build another staff room. Back. And then we can have... We've got the depot. Can we link in a trash chute thing? Wow, it's right on it. Nope, that's too high. That's at level 2. Okay, you can't stay there then. Why is that? God, have I just deleted something? Why is that already occupied? How does this thing work? This is bonkers. Okay. Weird. I like it, Derek, yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking we can get a few shops around here. And then we'll leave space for a ride here. That's the plan. So we need to get some fencing up. Along here. And I don't know how much of this needs to be hidden, to be fair. Right, so put a gate there. That should block off most of that. And then we can have like that. And then we can have shops with a pathway running down the front there. So all that can just be a row of shops quite easily. And then if we want to, we can have like a seating area out here maybe. Oh god, I'm on the wrong setting. I hate it when it does that. Kale Gaming, thank you, sir. Yeah, because we want to try and squeak another ride in that. I don't know what we can fit in, but maybe when we get, I think we're researching thrill rides. So when we get the next thrill ride, we can probably just stick it here. For now, we'll get rid of that sign. Because we can allow people to come this way. Can we put... See, why can't you build those? They happen when you get to the edge of the map or the water, but you can't build them here. Like if I look in fences, that particular kind of fence is not here. So is it called something else? Do you ever ask yourself, is there more to life? Been through that phase, mate. Borders, maybe. No. They have got borders, but it's not that stuff. Let's put some seats out here instead. Okay. Burgers, soft drinks. You don't have enough money? I thought we just took a massive loan. Rip. We'll take that loan out temporarily. I think maybe I built too much stuff, guys. Let's see. Well, the souvenirs are not doing as well as they should. Soft drinks, burgers, hot dogs, Chinese food, like, you know. I would have thought all that'll sell. Balloons haven't been selling. Candy I'm not sure about, so we'll just give them Chinese food and leave it at that. We also need to zone this out. So we're going to need another hauler zone right here. I'll just call it West because I can't think of another name. Don't worry about the money. We're making 2,600 a month. We'll be fine. Let's see. We want haulers. Then we're going to need another zone for this area, which includes those shops and that bit down there. I should just call it like Zone B, shouldn't I? As in the B. Zone Honeycomb, I think it was called. Okay. Have I missed anything? Shop seats. We don't really have much in the way of toilets. Toilets are down here. Arguably, we should have put some toilets up here, but we still can. But for now, they can cope. The ride over here needs to be tested. See what the timings are like. Perfect. You might need to adjust the climb speed. Because this has got a very... like, we don't want this happening. Bring it down to 7. In fact, let's bring it down to 6 and see what happens. Yeah, the problem is the the other train is a little bit slow. Be with you in a sec, guys. Not even sure that's going to make it back. The problem is in the first test, it doesn't allow this thing. Maybe that just needs to change to something else. There's quite a lot of run to do. We can't accelerate it easily. So that the trim speed if block is clear. Literally can't change that value. Don't think we've got another straight. Oh yeah, we have actually. Yeah, you're right. Ponte. We do have a booster. See, why is that still stopping? Trim speed if clear. It wasn't clear. That shouldn't have even activated. Delete that. Lift, station. We haven't got a boost on this ride. The only thing we have is a a lift. Which I don't think is gonna... I don't know if I can, Baz. Like, you got a big spiral, and then a S-bend into the station, so there's like nowhere to build anything. You need a straight bit. And there's just literally no straight bits because it's just the biggest curve ever. Unless I try and manufacture that S-bend. Like if I try and... I don't know. Oh, this is going to be horrible. It's not going to work. That's very, very, very hacky. Need to move the checkbox to the bright block. It's slowly trying down if the block is free instead. I tried both ways. I tried it without the block. I think in test mode it does something different. See, because it only released that car just now, and it was already hitting that block. Whereas now, it should allow it to pass through. It was just too early, that was the problem. I think that should work now. Yeah, that's going to have to be a bit quicker, mate. Climb that a bit faster. Frankino, how you doing? Okay, so he's going down the... Yes, that's good timing. Nice. Rock and roll. The decor around here is not great. Inverted dark ride. Wait, what? Is that a thrill ride? Guy there looking for the toilet, going onto the honeybee ride. Like, what a great idea. He was walking in, crossing his legs onto a roller coaster. What could possibly go wrong? Duke, I do apologise. I think I got obsessed with the game and missed your 5-year anniversary. Always glad to catch a stream. Thanks for the great work you do. Duke, thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Yeah, I like that. They did that, so I continued it. Because I think it looks really nice. Couple of toilets. That should help. Is that zoned? No, it's not. So the inverted dart ride is basically another roller coaster. The Brightblock, the coaster has always to be able to move from speed of 0 to reach the next section. Yeah, I understand the brake block is basically like a train signal, so if the next section isn't free, it hits the brake. It would have worked, except that I put the brake block here, so when you initiate testing, it starts a car here, and then that car doesn't go for like 20 seconds, at which point this had already hit that brake block. So it was like a testing problem. If we move the brake block further down, it works. It just failed its initial condition. If that makes sense. Jan, thank you for 73 months. Coaster drives to a wall. They often do. Did I set the price on this thing? Yikes. It's a bit of a bargain. $9. $3 for the photo. It's definitely bringing people in anyway, because we now have 800 people and $3 profit, so kind of getting there, and it's July year 2. We've got 1 year to hit these numbers. Doable. I wish there was a transport ride available. No, we did not ride it. We definitely should. Okay, that's the wrong ride. You click on the right pixel. This is the climb. Whee! Look at that view. Oh, look at that. You got all the little lights on the rocks. Perfect time for an autosave. Whoa! Bang, right through the rock. Now, that was nothing to do with me. The designer made it that way. Yeah, well, that's because first person doesn't work properly. But it definitely goes through rock like that. And it was designed like that. I think they missed it. pretty cool what they've done with the honeycombs. Right, anyway, guys, we're out of time here, aren't we? Time to save. Right, that is it from me today. I hope you had fun. Thank you for hanging out. I shall be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. UK time. And hope to see you then. But if not, I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, wherever you're doing. If you're in the UK, you can enjoy some nice weather at the moment. His park's looking pretty good. I mean, this is a challenging campaign. Without a doubt. Those numbers are tricky. But it's starting to look good. I think the strategy of, you know, keeping the shops down here, forcing them through it, that's paid dividends. This, you know, if we can link this bit up now, you know, and get another ride here. That's the key, I think. Get another ride here. Complete the circuit. We can get that movement. And I think we can do that tomorrow. So anyway, I shall bid you all a very good night. Thank you for your support as ever, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Love you all. Good night.